So this is it, Lee.
Wow.
There are men with big plans. Then there's Tony Mazzolini,
I still can't believe, dude, just the size of it.
whose plan was so big, it took up a hangar the size of a football field.
This particular airplane is the last restorable B-29 in the world.
A B-29, a sleek silver ghost of World War II. A bomber that both haunted and obsessed Tony for nearly 3 decades.
It's part of the greatest generation, and we want to keep the memories alive.
Swarms of B-29s and carrier task forces carry destruction to the Japanese homeland.
Nicknamed the Super Fortress, the B-29 was the most technologically advanced bomber in the world at the time.
One day, August 5th, 1945, one B-29 left on a special mission.
The most famous, of course, was the Enola Gay, that dropped the first atomic bomb. Tony was a flight engineer on a B-29 during the Korean War. By then, the jet age had nearly rendered the legendary bomber obsolete. Those that hadn't been lost in combat were usually scrapped or sent to the China Lake Naval Weapons Center in California's Mojave Desert, where the once proud bombers were used for target practice.
They were just in millions of pieces.
Kind of an undignified end.
It is to quite a historic aircraft.
Everyone told Tony any B-29 worth saving had been saved already. There were none left. But they were wrong.
I could see the silhouette on the horizon getting larger and larger, and my heartbeat was getting faster and faster.
Out in that desert boneyard, he found a B-29 named Doc, defiantly, inexplicably still in one piece, as if it had never given up the will to fly.
It was a sanctuary for some of the desert birds and critters, you know.
With the help of a few dozen bomber buffs, Tony managed to tug old Doc out of the desert. Slowly, piece by giant piece, it was shipped back to the former Boeing plant in Wichita, Kansas.
They were building the mightiest aircraft in history.
The very same plant where Doc rolled off these assembly lines back in 1945.
My mother, father, grandmother all worked on them. My mom started the day after she turned 16 years old.
Turning 4.
T.J. Norman is an airplane mechanic from a long line of B-29 mechanics. And Doc became his patient.
4's turning.
We ordered some new boot material.
His job wasn't just to make the plane a static display in a museum. Nope, what he had to do seemed impossible. To get Doc flying again.
And you really do it just for the love of the plane?
Just for the love of the plane. I love this airplane. There's just nothing else like it.
Ready?
Soon, volunteers started showing up to help TJ out.
You ready? Everybody out.
And they kept coming.
Bring the outboard towards the wing.
By the hundreds.
I think we're in now.
We polished some of these things.
Some older than Doc itself, like Connie Palacios.
It's kind of hard to believe that I would be here.
At 91, Connie is one of the original Rosie the Riveters who worked here at the Boeing plant during World War II. In fact, she put the rivets in Doc herself.
From that section down to here.
All those are yours?
Uh-huh.
They're still as good as the day she put them there.
Yeah, I'm really proud of this plane. It means a lot to me.
Connie and the rest of the volunteers, known collectively as Doc's friends, spent hundreds of thousands of volunteer hours.
You're up.
Not to mention hundreds of thousands of donated dollars to get Doc ready for its hometown debut. Nearly 30 years after it was rescued. Few were as awestruck as Army Corps veteran Charles Chauncey. He's 92 and a former B-29 pilot.
I don't know how many are left of us, but it's getting pretty small. Seeing as you got the bugs out.
He flew 35 missions over Japan.
So what does it feel like when you're in there and you start up all 4 of these engines?
Oh, noisy.
He wasn't kidding. The Earth actually moves as they belch to life. It was the day of Doc's first test flight. It had finally arrived, and the air in Wichita was thick with nervous anticipation.
Hi, girls, how are you? I'll be right up.
Smart ass.
Yeah.
Tony, Chauncey, everybody was there. Connie, too, appropriately dressed as Rosie.
I just hope everything goes okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, gracious.
As Doc lumbered by, there were more than a few tears.
Wonderful day.
Tony joined Connie at the end of the runway to wait
I'm just thrilled to death.
Yeah.
and to watch. It had been 60 years since that plane left the ground. Everything was on the line. And then it happened.
It's up! It's up!
That's all Tony could say.
It's up! By God, it's up!
There were cheers all around.
Congratulations. I'm telling you, I am absolutely delighted. This is one great day. I couldn't believe it. I feel like doing a dance right now. You know?
Tony had done it. There it was, a B-29 back among the clouds. A tangible piece of flying history. But Tony's real gift was to veterans like Chauncey, who quietly, away from all the pomp and circumstance, said more than we ever could.
Old Doc. Yeah.